Hello and welcome to Soulmask RPG. I'm Sovereign. Today we're going to be teaching you how to build on rivers, on water, on all these kind of like areas around. You can have lakes and rivers and little ravines and streams and stuff like that. So we're going to be building in my standard style. Say hello to Clifford the big red dog, who's carrying all of our most of our building pieces while we do this sort of thing. And what I do need to do right now though is actually just place some of these guys down, because I have tried to record this video twice, and the issue that I keep having is that it becomes bloody nighttime and then no one can see anything, or like a camera angle goes behind these bloody plants. This is the quickest way to clean it out. This is the quickest way I know to clean it out. You can just drop it down and it gets rid of all of the stuff in the area around it. And also, I think it does it with this stuff as well, actually. There we go. Look, it gets rid of the little plants and stuff. It doesn't get rid of the grass, but it does a decent job at it. So today we're going to be building in my standard hexagonal fashion, but we're going to be doing it on the water. And I'm going to show you a way to actually be able to use this on a PvP server. So you can use and utilize the fact that they can't use weapons in a proper way while they're under the water. It takes longer to swing stuff. Their stamina drains a lot quicker. They're slower moving in the water, so you can fire arrows off. And you can, there's just going to be a few tips along the way as I'm building that's going to be able to work on a PvP server. But this is mainly for PvE. There are other ways to build better structures. Now, usually when I'm doing building on water, I like to build from the water to the land. Now, we're going to do it kind of close to the land because I have got a little project that's going on over there that I'm working on to build a really big project on side of the water, which I'll do a build video on. I don't know if I'll do a sped up version of it or if I'll just do a build tour guide. I'm not sure how I'm really going to work that, because the camera angles in this game are really bad. So like you can't zoom out and have it done in a proper way. Like even if you use a second character, you can't put there's no fly mode or anything like that, so it's kind of annoying. But that will be something that I'll do later on. We also do have the PvP server set up. If you guys want to join it, it's called the Sanctuary Free Times. On my Discord there is a link to that. It's got higher rates on a lot of things, but we kept the awareness XP at 3 times and the output multipliers at 3 times. So if you're interested in that, just join the Discord and you'll find the link for it. So let's get into the actual build itself. So we're going to be building, we won't build from here, we'll build at this point. So we're going to build and we're going to have, let's say, let's go down a bit because I need to raise the wall. I need to raise this up a little bit to be able to do the initial part. So maybe we'll do it from, because I don't want to do it. I'm actually looking down. You know when you like turn your head to the left when you're playing a game driving, like it's going to affect anything that you do? I was just doing that to look under the water. So we're going to actually just build our hexagonal start point here. And you see how we're going to have it facing the land. Now, I didn't do it perfectly. You're going to want to have it so it's going to be facing sort of that direction. And then what we're going to do at this point, this is going to be the central point. So you're going to want to have the actual foundations stacked on top of each other for this point, so it's above the water. The reason why you want to do this is because you want the part underneath this part where it's more than likely going to be housing your bonfire, which is the central part of any of my hexagonal bases. It's done the wrong way because I'm a bit of a twat bag. Come on, there we go. I'm going to use that to climb up. So we're going to, anytime you build anything, always build the center part first that you want to build out from and place a bonfire down. Always place a bonfire down so you don't lose any endurance, especially if you're on the official servers, or even if you're not, just don't do it that way. Like, it's always build out from that point. So with that little bit out of the way, that's pretty much building 101. What in the holiest of hells is that? What are you doing? What kind of swimming routine is... I don't even know. We'll just skip that part. This is a building video. That's just weird. We're going to actually start building out from this point. Now, when we're at this point in the build, because you only really need that center part to be foundations, as I'm going to show you in a little while, why you don't need to waste all the resources stacking foundations everywhere. If you're on a PvP server, then yes, you're going to want to go all the way around all the time with foundations and stack your foundations on top of each other. You're going to want to do that. This guy is just strange as hell. I'm not really sure what he's doing. We'll try and kill him in a moment. Maybe I'll just snipe him. What happened there? Why did I just lose that? Let's see if we can snipe him out of the water. Come on. Where's he gone? I have no idea what this dude's doing, to be honest. We're just going to one-shot him in the head with a great bow. I love great bows in this game. So, as I was saying, you can actually just, like, at this point, build out with the ceiling pieces, because you were going to do an outer layer of the foundation stacking because you just want it to stop invasions. Invasions can spawn under your base, on top of your base. There are several ways of getting and stopping this from happening. For instance, if you're using pillars, an invasion will come along and they'll come along with a ram and just start hitting your pillars. So if you have pillars all over the bottom of your base, it's going to be really easy for you to actually lose parts of the base. So you have the pillars that will be placed around, and they only have 1600 HP when we're looking at the wood. Now the foundations have 2000 HP, and if you stack the foundations all the way around and they try to break in from the bottom, it actually takes a lot more. There is also another thing that you can actually do, which is adds to the flavor of your base. I'm just going to add this on here because this is another way you can actually do it, because when you put the flooring on first and you can place the foundation, sometimes it doesn't allow you to do it. I'm not really sure why it doesn't let you do it there, but it lets you do it literally everywhere else. Maybe there's something in the way down here. Ah, that's why. I don't know why I put a ceiling piece there. That's weird. I'm sure I was only using the foundations. So we're going to put that out and we're going to put the foundation up on top here. Now, if you put the flooring pieces, the floors, and you put those down first and you place the foundation under them, when someone breaks a foundation, I literally just ran up the stairs and fell off. When someone breaks your foundation to try and get underneath your base when you're building on a river, they then have to break through a roof piece as well. Now sometimes you'll even find it that the roof piece will take the damage first. Now this happens because it's of the meshing. So when you're actually getting hit, when you're hitting this part, it will go through. So they'll break this foundation and then they'll think, oh, we got in underneath, etc, etc, trying to be sneaky, and then they have a flooring piece. Now there are other things you can do with this as well, because it's I mean, in PvP there's plenty of ways to build. I'll actually do a video on all of the different ways you can actually use foundations to make your base ridiculously hard to actually break into. So we're actually just going to finish going all the way around with this. We're going to actually go under the water here so you can see it, and you're going to go all the way around, and you're just going to stack these foundations, and it makes your base far less likely to be raided on PvP and PvE if you're using all of the foundations to stack. Never use pillars. I like using pillars. I used to like using pillars. I don't use pillars anymore. It even looks much better to build from this kind of way, where it actually looks like it was supposed to be that way. It looks structurally sound, rather than just a pillar holding up a, I don't know, a 3x3 structure that's 84 stories high. It just doesn't seem fitting to me. I like the way that this happens. So as we was talking about using the roof pieces, if you're like running low on resources, you can then basically at this point, we want to go out a little bit more over here. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2. I shouldn't do that because I'll start losing the amount of, how many flooring pieces have I got left? I should have enough to fit this around. So when you're building the hexagonal, it's just a really quick one. That actually looks kind of cool. That design, that shape looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll do something with that at some point. I actually really kind of like that a little bit too much. Anyway, when you get to this point, just a little quick tip for the hexagonal bases. You can have the triangles and you go out one square and you go in the triangles. Now you're going to want to go out the triangles on the one square, and then you're going to want to have the square piece on the triangle. So you can start with that, or you can start with the triangle pieces. It's easier to start with the squares, I guess, and then you have that going out. But this is, remember, this isn't a guide to like build hexagonal bases. I have got a guide on that if you want to check that out. There is a video on that linked in the description. We actually have the point where we're going to go out one. So we go out one there. That was the square piece, no? Yeah, I thought I was losing my mind. So there's the square piece out there, and you can go out another one. Now, when we're going out at this point, we're going to want to place these parts out here so it's built like that. I'm actually going to get rid of this bit real quick because I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. We're explaining how to do this. You can actually have two pieces here, for example, and you want to stack that up. Now it's going to marry exactly with the flooring. So if we put a little bit of stairs up here so I can climb up and not be annoying. Come on, fit. There we go. It actually marries up with the ceiling, so you can have a bit of space in here, and you can do things in this kind of space. You can also, like, let's get some walls out. Do I have any walls in my bag? No, the walls are inside of Clifford the Big Red Dog, named by one of my viewers in a previous complete Soulmask episode. That was actually, thanks for that name, by the way. I really liked it. We'll get some of these walls out. So some of you might be thinking basically that you can see through. Well, how can you hide stuff in here? Well, you can actually literally just place walls on the foundations. Now there's a double meaning for this. For instance, you can just like let's stick a doorway in there, or you can have it kind of come out and have a secret entrance that you can just break a ceiling piece off and run around the side of here and go through the door. You can place your double door in there, and you can be under the water and have boxes underneath. You can place all of that stuff here, and you can place that there. But as we were talking about with being more structurally sound on PvP to make it a little bit better for you, on this outer line, we're gonna carry on going round. I think I need to get some more foundations. Bear with me 1 second. And we got the foundations. So you're gonna want to go around as you would building normally. But you don't have to build in the center here. You can, because if you do build in here, like if you build up, for instance, like this, and you build up all the way around, they have to break through several foundations to get through to certain points, and they can't just go into the middle and knock your bonfire out from the outside. So it is preferable to do it that way. However, let's build that out, and then we'll go around, and we're going to get to a point where we're going to have... actually, we might be completely okay at this point. Let's see if we can go up. We don't think we can fit on that one. So what we're going to have to do when we get to this point, because we can't go underneath here, I don't believe we can go underneath there again. We can try. Let's try. And then we go out from there. Let's get rid of this real quick, because it's right in the way. This is going to be a perfect example of how you're going to be able to put the foundations down by using walls. So we're going to go down under the wall so you can see it properly. You're going to place the wall down there, and then you're going to put a foundation across. Now, it wouldn't have fit there normally, because for some reason, when you get to a certain height limit, it doesn't allow you to fit in there. But if you place a wall in between, you can literally just place it across, and you can get it on there. Sometimes it works where you can get it at the right angle, but if you can't get the right angle on a foundation, just put a wall there and it just clips straight onto it. Let's continue to go around, and we'll continue. We need one more square there, and we'll continue to go all the way around. And then obviously you're going to want to... Oh, just press the wrong one. Let's get it going all the way around. What you can do if you want to save a bit of resources as well, you don't have to place this one here, because you're all going to be covered from the outside. So when you're going all the way around and you get to that point, you can add a little bit of extra, as we did with the walls inside, because you can have these secret rooms inside where you can have these secret floor spaces. You can pull the floor up, and you can have a set of stairs going down, or you can do a trap door, for example, anything like that where it can go. You can use that to your advantage. But then you're going to think that people can spend it. But what you're going to do is just literally build walls all the way around the foundations. Now, if you build walls all the way around the foundations, it just looks like walls. So they'll start breaking this wall down, and then they'll start breaking the foundation down. Especially when you get to stone and stuff like that, it becomes a lot more difficult for them to do that. But they have to break a wall, then they have to break a foundation. And if you have if you have roof pieces like we did earlier, where we placed the roof pieces and then we put the foundations, when they break through the wall, they're going to have to break through the foundation, then they're going to have to break through the roof just to get inside the base. And it also, because you have so many foundations placed all over the place, and the foundations are quite solid, it takes a lot to break them. You can literally just if they take out one foundation, it's not going to take out a big chunk of your base. But let's just finish this off real quick. Get this stack in. You have to get it at the right height. I'm going to do the squares first. How I usually like to build in this way is to build the squares, and I'll switch over and press Z and build the triangles, because I don't like to switch over that much. But in the water, it can be kind of annoying to travel around at the really slow speeds you do it at. Let's just put this in here and put these in here. I think we're going to have enough, hopefully. Go all the way around. And then you can just place your walls down on the foundations. And you can even place it onto the lower level once you've done it. It's a bit finicky sometimes. You have to get it at the right angle, but you can just press F when you're facing that one. F, 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 and eventually it will go into place. And then you can double it up, so they have to basically break through everything twice. That's just a little bit of an extra deterrent. And if you wanted to do something like make a trap room, then you could put, for instance, the wood walls around it, and then have stone placed underneath, the stone foundations placed underneath. If you want them to pick a particular target, you can use that as a bit of a decoy. I like doing stuff like that, especially when I was playing Rust. Like, I used to have trap rooms all over the place. I used to have so much fun having electricity rooms and trap floors that dropped them down into water that would electrocute them and kill them, and then you just take all their stuff. That was a lot of fun, and you can kind of do that in this game. It has got the facilities to do that, but most people aren't that way inclined. But there you have, like, building on top of the water, and you have the extra foundations, and even if you do just the centerpiece in foundations, and then you can do all these the rows out here in floors, and then as long as you do the outermost layer in foundations, then your base is protected far more with the walls, the floor, and the foundation method than it would be any other way. And it really does stop the invasions from breaking in and breaking underneath of your base itself. Now, what we can do actually now is build our little bridge out so I can get this going across. I don't have any more foundations, I don't think. Let me have a look. Okay, we had a couple more. I don't think we're gonna... So these rocks all get in the bloody way. But what you can do over here, let's go see if we can, do I have any flooring pieces left on you, Clifford? I'm sure I had some more. Do I have more? I have more. Lovely jubbly. So if you're building, for instance, and you don't want to get rid of a rock at that precise moment in time, you sort of don't want to have to go all the way back, you forgot your pickaxe or whatever, you can just literally build over the top of them with ceiling pieces like so, and then you can continue off this along the way like so. Now we can stick 2 sets of stairs on there, and we have a double layered ramp that goes out, and we can actually place the double gates on here, which is actually really nice. And then obviously while you're doing that, I don't think I have any, do I have walls? Please tell me I have walls. I didn't expect to build so many. I wasn't gonna do, oh, I have loads of walls. What am I talking about? Loads of them. Right, let's get this over here, and then you're gonna want to do the same here. So you can just build this, but with like, when you get to this point, you can go across like that, and then you go down, and you can actually build the walls on the inside, for example, like so. So you can fill in all of the edges. Sometimes when you do the foundations, you actually have to build the walls on the top like this, but then you just get the hammer out and you can just pop those off, and then that's perfectly fine. But it's actually, you can like segment it. So if you have an extra amount of resources, you can build the walls off of these. Let me just get around here so you can find the spot. Go on, you can do it. I'm not sure why it's doing it this time, but we can do it that way. And then you just do the same way where you get the hammer out and you just pop, pop, and pop. And you have the whole like bridge covered as well, so you have extra protection there, and you can do the ceilings on top. But that's how I like to build more defensively, and then you can use this method as go as far out and as far wide as you can. And you want to have you can also use this method, which I do on PvP servers. You can have your doorway around this area. Now you can, with this sort of method where you have the 3 here, what you can actually do is have your double gate there in the way there, and once you get that, you can actually place, because you can place the doors down first like this, and like this. So it can have, I just pressed the wrong button, swiveled around. You can have multiple doors like this, but you're going to want to have, for instance, we'll do it like that. I'm doing some extra little PvP stuff here. So you can have doors where they'll break through a door, they'll have to break through another door, then break through another door. And sometimes they might think the door is not actually there, it's a trick door. So you can actually have your door going inside at the side there, but you can still stack your foundations up. If I can get it at the right angle. Is it going to go up? Please go up. You have to do it for the wall. So you can actually use this as your outer wall. So you can build it all the way along and use the foundations that have higher HP than any of your walls as your outer wall. Now, it does take a bit of space, but it's a really good way to do that on PvP servers. It's just a little bit of an extra tip for you, where you can actually just have a wall of foundations, and then you do the walls outside like so, and then you come inside and you do the walls inside, so they have to break extra levels, because these walls are attached to the floor and the foundation, not just the foundation. So if they break that wall, it's not going to break the foundation. If they break that foundation, it's not going to break that wall. You can also, there's the method here, just a little bit extra. You can do the honeycomb method, which is a Rust way of doing it, where they have to break through 2 walls. But it's 1200, so they don't have to break through 1, 2, 3 walls to get through here, which all in all is 3600. If you break through the foundation and 2 walls, it's going to be 4400. So you're still going to have to break more just by doing it this way. And this is another method that I use to do it. I think we should actually put a cut in there, because I've taught you how to do water. I'm going to do a video fully on the defenses of how to defend your base in PvP. This is just a quick one that I just started to like sort of roam off on and do it. If you did enjoy the content, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. This is the one-stop shop for all your survival gaming, building, and guide content. I want to thank you for watching. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at